Hi, everybody. Father Bill Holtzinger here, and this is your Friday Reflection. And I'm actually recording this on Thursday in the morning here at the parish house, and I'm in the catio, so that's what the fencing is here about. That means it's a porch that's been surrounded by fencing to keep, let's say, the critters out. I think Father Dave Gutman, our previous pastor, put all this up so that his cats couldn't escape out, but they could get outside. There's actually a little cat door also in the part of the house here that Snickers is just too big to get through. So if he wants to hang out here, I'll just open the sliding glass door. Anyhow, I just want to share with you some thoughts. This past Wednesday, that'd be yesterday when I'm recording this, we had, as a parish staff, a development day. We do this every year. And we reflected on things like what went well this past year, what things needed working, or we need some more work, some adjustments, kind of refining and reflecting on our mission of know, grow, go. And that is, know Christ, not just know about him, but know him personally, come to know him, creating a space within our ministries. Our goal of our ministries is so that people know Jesus. And then, of course, we'll then grow in that relationship with him and then go out in that faith and make a difference in the world according to how God is calling them in their faith. So that was great, because we need to continually renew our vision, renew our mission. And that's one of the ways that we do that, by just actually being purposeful about what that is and what it looks like in our time today. We also had a reflection, and we watched a video from a gentleman named John Mark Comer, and I'll put a link in the description of this video for him. It was on the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. We all say this often. We'll say, I'm busy, or I'm in a hurry. I'm busy with this and I'm busy with that. And the truth be known, actually, if we were to somehow make the day longer so that we could be less busy, we would probably fill it with more busyness. We will fill it with whatever that we're doing. The problem with busyness and hurry is it creates an obstacle in our spiritual life to a communion with God. And this is something I think we all struggle with, myself included. In ministry, we can be busy. The work never ends. I could leave the office and there's still a list of things that need to be done. And I'm sure that's the case for whatever it is that you do as well. Some of the quotes, I just like to repeat some of the quotes that John had mentioned in his talk, and I found them to be particularly insightful. He quoted Corrie ten Boom, who did an amazing job during the war trying to help keep safe and find safety for the Jews during the persecution of the Second World War. She mentioned this. She said, if the devil can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. If the devil can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. So even the people that say are church folks, like myself, where we try to be holy, that's our goal as ministers and to be models of that. Of course, all people are to be doing this, but we do put up our clergy and our religious on pedestals in this regard as role models. Of course, we do fail like anybody else, but when even we are being holy and we are doing good things, then we can be so busy that we stop having time for communion with God. Yes, we do the religious stuff, but the question, and I have to ask myself, do I spend time purposefully to just be with God? He mentions this, John mentions this, that he says the number one problem is that people are too busy to develop a mature spiritual life. So it requires us to then take a purpose-filled decision to spend time, or I might even use the word waste time in the kind of the view of our world, just to be in communion with God. And what is it? One of those ways? One of those ways is just stop what we're doing, spend time in quiet prayer. And that means not even saying things necessarily, but we can share God our thoughts and praise him, but also consider just saying nothing and listening to the movement of the heart that God speaks to. Bill Gates, I love this. Bill Gates said that busy is the new stupid. And even he, as not really a believer, has this sensibility that regardless of what we're doing, it's not good for us to be so busy. We will have our relationships fail. We ourselves will be in a lot of tension. Our blood pressure will be higher. There's just all kinds of health issues that will happen for us. So that's a problem. So it kind of ended, well, there's a bunch of things that were said in the talk, but one of the ones that kind of struck me the most was this. And this was, again, a quote from John Mark Comer. It's this: the greatest sign of spiritual maturity is to love your enemy. The greatest sign of spiritual maturity is to have this ability to love your enemy. And I resonate with this quite a bit because when I've spoken about loving, we're called to love our neighbor. It's not a request, it's a commandment of Christ. Do I love my neighbor? Do I love myself? Do I love God even before all of that? And while those are difficult, you could say, because sometimes our neighbor isn't really kind, and we don't like them even, sometimes we struggle to love God because we might be hurting or we don't recognize his presence in our lives sometimes. We may not love ourselves because of, well, that's an easy one because we have our fallen nature. We mess up all the time. We sin all the time. But to go this final length, to love our enemy, is the kind of the highest of the standards. It's no greater love does have one to lay their life down for one's friend or to someone else that they don't even know. Jesus did this. But I even promote that Jesus did more than that. He loved his enemies. He was on the cross and he let them kill him. He was in control the whole time, but he surrendered himself purposefully for the salvation of all of us. So this might be a way to do a litmus test, maybe a kind of homework, a litmus test to ask where you are in your maturity, and myself and my maturity spiritually in my faith. And is it, do I love my enemy? I'm going to leave you with that thought because that is a tough one. Love my enemy. The greatest sign of spiritual maturity is to be able to love my enemy. And I'll come back to this probably next week, but I just want to share this little tidbit. I want to keep this short. This weekend, we have Father Dominic preaching, and I hope that you're getting to know him. He's now released his first video for the week. Like I do these Friday videos, he's doing Monday videos. And so he gave an introduction to himself and kind of his faith or his family background and where his faith came from and how you could say he inherited and was given the seed of faith from ancestors before him, his parents, grandparents, etc. And he'll be doing that as we can, and he will be doing it as he can every Monday. As well, then Erin will be moving her reflections to every Wednesday, and I'll do Friday. We did this a while back, and it's nice to be kind of back on track with this kind of approach. So we'll have a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday reflection. And it'll be by Father Dominic, Erin Nieves, and then myself. May God bless you guys, and I'll see you this weekend. Bye-bye.